Today I just wanted to talk about the OSER1 protein discovery. If you're new to this channel, I am talking about future discoveries that are happening today. This concerns longevity research. This is something that I'm particularly interested in. I started getting hooked on this topic last year. I had a stroke, and so I've been kind of fascinated with this topic and anything to do with it, like Yamanaka, exosomes, cytokines. I hope I'm saying these words right. But I read this article. They were talking about 3 weeks ago. Scientists made a discovery that could fundamentally change how we think about aging and extending human lifespan. It's not theoretical. This is happening right now, and it connects directly to the kind of biological innovations that we talk about on this channel, or that I talk about. Researchers at the University of Copenhagen were studying aging. It's not in humans right now, because there's always these explanations that you have to get permission for safety reasons, but they're studying animals to try and understand why animals can do these sort of things. Organisms like worms and flies, they have stumbled across a discovery. They found a protein called OSER1. Now stick with me here. This gets really interesting. This protein does not just exist in simple creatures. It exists in everything from the tiniest nematode all the way up to us humans. So let's see here. Let me find.
Sorry.
I'm still reading. I'm so sorry. All the way up to us humans. And when I read about this, my first thought was if nature has kept this protein around for millions of years, or hundreds of thousands or tens of thousands, whatever your worldview is, across different species, it must be doing something incredibly important. It's something that your body wants to keep, or your DNA wants to keep in its toolbox, right? It gets a little mind-blowing. The researchers did what scientists do. They started experimenting with this compound. Once again, I'm interested in Yamanaka and exosomes and cytokines and things like that. They're studying all of these different compounds. So they're looking at this one. They cranked up the OSER1 protein in these organisms, and what happened? The creatures lived longer. Not just a little bit longer, but significantly longer lifespans. And they did the opposite. They depleted the OSER1, essentially turning it off, and guess what happens? Shorter lifespans, dramatically so. So here's the part that really got my attention as someone dealing with kidney injury and a history of heart failure, exploring cellular treatments. This protein protects against oxidative stress. So for those watching who may not be familiar with that term, oxidative stress is basically when your cells get damaged by harmful molecules called free radicals. It's one of the key drivers of aging and disease. I'm sure you've heard of resveratrol, for example, as anti-oxidative compound. So think about it. Your kidneys, your heart, your brain, they're all constantly under attack from this oxidative stress. And here we have a protein that's protecting life forms against this damage. So why does this matter? Now you are thinking, okay, so this is cool, but we're not worms. How does this help us? Here's the thing about biology. We're kind of like computer code, right? DNA. So the fundamental mechanism of life is similar across all species on Earth. So the fact that OSER1 works in worms and flies and silkworms suggests that it's likely to work in similar ways to human cells. So the researchers are already saying this discovery could pave the way to new treatments for age-related diseases. I mean, you see a lot of stuff like on TikTok and Instagram and Facebook, and they're like, oh, let's, you know, a certain Kardashian is taking NAD plus or something. Like they come up with all of this stuff to try and sell vitamins and things, and this has been going on forever. But here we have an actual clear path to follow, like breadcrumbs, right? And or like the little Reese's Pieces for ET to follow. So when I read that, I immediately thought about all of the conversations we've had on this channel about stem cell therapies, regenerative medicine, and the future of treating diseases that we once thought were considered untreatable. I read a lot of posts on Twitter and about this, and I'm just obsessed about the topic. So this just isn't about living longer, because I hear a lot of people saying really obnoxious stuff like, oh, who wants to live to be 100 years old? You know, like as if, right? Like everyone wants to die. Not really. Everyone wants to live. That's just something that's in you. It's like part of your DNA. And so it's not just about living longer. That's certainly part of it. But this is also about living healthier. So what if you do live to be 100? You're effectively 20. So it's not about like entropy anymore. Biological entropy, where you're like, your body just, you can't keep up with the damage anymore. So it's about preventing the cellular damage that leads to things like kidney disease, heart disease, neurodegeneration, and so many other conditions that steal from us. And so as someone who's fighting kidney disease or chronic kidney failure, exploring cutting-edge treatments like stem cell therapy, discoveries like this give me incredible hope, because it's not like I can afford this stuff, right? Otherwise, I wouldn't be asking for help to fund it. And this is something that can be applicable to everyone, and it's like a permanent fix. So like I'm not having to run and get stem cell treatments constantly to repair my body. It's like a permanent fix. It's like that CRISPR, they're going to learn how to edit our genes so that we are naturally doing this. Yeah, it's just every day I kind of went nuts because I was watching a lot of people dying, especially like during COVID. That was extremely depressing. I'm sure we all lost someone. And I'm still seeing people dropping. So my obsession has been not just to save myself, but to save everyone I know. I want us all to make it, because the future is coming really fast, and I want us all to be here. So we're living through this incredible moment in history, and we're not just accepting aging and disease as inevitable. We're figuring out how the actual biological mechanism works. Things like this OSER1, and thinking how we can work with those instead of against those things. So we did not know OSER1 existed 3 weeks ago, and today researchers around the world are probably already figuring out how to boost this protein in human cells. The government will save so much money. Insurance companies will save money. Wall Street will save money. This is something that everyone can get behind, not just because we want to live longer. Think of the things that we could do with that money instead. We could be opening schools everywhere. We could be learning how to plant better crops. We could be studying other things instead of like trying to, we're constantly scrambling to come up with pills to keep people alive. That's resources that we could be expending somewhere else. So that's the pace of innovation that we're witnessing, and it's only going to increase. This discovery fits into something much larger that's happening right now in longevity research. So get on Twitter, look up longevity. It's a lovely topic. Scientists are identifying what they call hallmarks of aging, the fundamental processes that make us grow old and sick. OSER1 appears to address one of these hallmarks directly, cellular damage from oxidative stress. But here's what excites me the most, is that it's doing it through a pathway that's been tested already by nature. So nature knows that this works, and we're just rediscovering it. It's kind of like saying, you don't discover gravity. You don't discover North America. It's already there. It's just we're becoming enlightened to it. We're not trying to invent something completely artificial. We're not tinkering. We're not trying to come up with something synthetic that might harm us down the way. We're talking about something that's already there that we can use. And this just connects to everything we talk about on this channel, whether it's energy innovation that could power new medical devices, biological advances that could revolutionize how we treat disease. It's all interconnected. The Stargate project that they're building in Texas is coming online way ahead of schedule. And Sam Altman and Elon Musk and Mark Zuckerberg, I twitch when I say his name, they're all starting to work with the executive branch to work faster on this project, because this could change the future. Something's happening that we need to get ahead of this. If we don't get ahead of this, are the people who may not want to cooperate with us, they're going to figure it out first. And the people who figure this out first are going to be the ones running our civilization for the next 200 years. As we go on into space, they're going to be the deciding factor. Look at human history. Does America want to be like the Sumerians? Or do we want to just be like a no-name, forgotten, backward civilization that in 10,000 years nobody even knows we existed? So I want to hear from you in the comments. What do you think about this discovery? Are you excited about the potential? Are you skeptical? There's a lot of skepticism. We're just used to dying. Do you have any questions about how this translates into human treatment? Let's discuss this together. I'm looking for new ideas for my next post, my next video log. And here's something I'm really curious about for those of you who are following my kidney journey or dealing with your own health challenges. How does research like this change how you think about the future? Remember, we're not just passive observers anymore. We're like history unfolding. How does this change the way you think about the future? And if you're new to the channel, just this is exactly what we're going to be discussing, and I'm asking you to join me as we explore the future innovations that are happening right now, from energy breakthroughs to biological advances like this OSER1. And we're documenting humanity's great discoveries as they unfold. And so make sure to subscribe and hit the notification bell, because I have a feeling we're going to be covering a lot more longevity breakthroughs, because I'm obsessed. What can I say? In the coming months, it's going to accelerate, in my opinion. These AI and AGI, and they're talking about ASI already. So these are things that weren't supposed to happen for another 40 years. It's happening very rapidly. We're going to have a lot to discuss. So I wish that you would join me and be part of the conversation. And I don't want you to miss any of it. I don't want to miss any of it. I think together we should talk about this stuff more often. So take care of yourselves, and I'll see you in the next video. Thank you for watching.